Hey guys, this is Carla at 5K Tennis. This is my daughter Liliana. Today I'm going to show some of my students how to do some leg workouts that can help them strengthen their legs. Well, first thing I like to do is use these bands. You can get them at any store. They're pretty cheap. They have different levels from hard. She has the medium, and then they have a yellow one that's the easy one. Liliana, just put it around your leg. Make sure that it's tight. Pretty flat like this. And usually what I like to start doing is I squat down a little bit, and then I take one leg slowly. But make sure that it's tight around you. That's why I like using the hard ones. And you should do this for about 45 seconds. Might look really easy, but it's actually tough if you use the hardest bands. And stay down like this. And what this is doing is building strength in your legs. And of course, you're getting more muscle.
So how you said do it for 45 seconds. Would you do multiple sets of that for 45 seconds?
I would do about 3 sets of these.
So do 3 sets of that?
3 sets of that. Take a break, take a 10-second break. You shouldn't take more than 10 seconds and do it again.
Yeah, so you're looking at about 3 minutes in total. So
Correct.
Not a lot of time and a lot of good work.
Definitely. The second exercise, we're going to leave the bands on. We're going to do jumping jacks. Jumping jacks can be more challenging if we use these bands, and they really work your legs. So Lily, let's show them how it's done. Just do a regular jumping jack. Go ahead, Lily. And if you use the toughest one, you will really get a workout. And do this for 45 seconds, 3 times.
3 sets.
3 sets.
45 seconds. 10-second break in between.
Correct.
Cool.
Another great exercise I'm going to show you requires some weights, or if you don't like to use weights, you don't have to use them. Lily, let me show you. I usually get something to protect my knees, but if you're doing it on carpet, you should be fine. I use 10 pounds. I'm letting her use 8 pounds. So I will show you guys. Let me show them first, and then you can show them.
And I think it's okay if you use, really light weights or.
If you can go higher, you can go lower. It doesn't matter. You can use a medicine ball. It doesn't matter. You can put the medicine ball right in front of you. What I like to do is I get down on my knees. I use something soft. I get up, go down, up, down. 45 seconds is what I do. 3 times. And go slow. This is not about going fast. Go ahead, Lily. She's 11 years old. Anyone can do it. No. So get down, up on the pad, and then up, but you're not quite coming up. So she's having a little tough time with this. I'll show her again.
This is something that takes practice, by the way. It's a matter of technique. It's like hitting a ground stroke. You have to practice it a little bit.
Yep. Up, down, up, down. You can tell your legs are working really hard here.
Yeah, this is a really good one for the quad. Quad strength is really imperative for stability. So this is a great quad burner for sure, if it's done right.
If it's done right, take your time. You don't have to, right, go down again. Slowly up. And if the weights are too much, get rid of them.
She's using 8s, which is really quite heavy in my opinion for her. But she's a strong little one. So I think she'll grow into those. Great job, Lily.
The fourth exercise that is my favorite, and Justin's done this one a lot, helps strengthen your quads and helps you build bigger legs, is the wall squat. I'm going to use this to do my wall squats, and Lily is too. I like using bands because it makes it more challenging, and anything more challenging is better for you. You use it without the band so they can see you without it.
Yeah, the wall squat is a really great exercise. It's more forgiving than the regular squat. After knee surgery, it was a cornerstone in my recovery, and still is.
Well, what I like to do is first I make sure my flat is really against, pressed down on the wall, where whatever you're using, make sure it's
your back's flat
sturdy,
against, yeah.
Yes, surface. I do this for 45 seconds, 3 times. So I get down really low, open up the legs a little bit, as low as I can go. As you can see, I go really low. Lily, you can show them the medium way. Get down, not as much. If you're having a hard time with this, your legs will shake if you do it for a long time, which is a good thing.
Yeah, now you can do this in a couple of different ways. You can get in the wall squat position, which and that would be the lowered position. Now, you can also go up and down. However, you can't because of the texture of the wall behind you. So here's a good position if you don't have a wall with the slick back.
Right, she's showing you regular. I'm showing you with the band. I like to do this because I'm working now not just the quads, but inside my legs
That's
too.
called the vastus medialis, correct. So that if you can do it on your regular sheetrock wall, like inside or in a doorway, a door jamb wall, then you can slide up and down and do the same thing. But if you don't have a wall and you have a kind of a gritty texture, then you can get down into the seated position in which they both are. And then and her legs are starting to shake. You can see her quads are trembling, and that's normal. Carla has massive quads, so you'll grow into that as well, Lily. But that's a great exercise for sure.
Yes. The fifth exercise that I love to do is old school lunge jumping. I'm sure you guys heard of this. I like to do it for 45 seconds, 3 times. Everything 3 times, because if you can start out with one thing, finish it, go again. You'll get such a great workout. All right, so Lily, let me show you how we're gonna do it. The biggest mistake I find people is that they land so heavy. You have to be very light. Lunge on your left or on your right. I'm doing left. I switch, switch. Very light for 45 seconds. Go ahead. She's starting with the right. Switch, switch. Great for tennis players.
Great for that split step recovery.
Yep.
Great quad workout. Great for stability.
Definitely.
That's a burner.
6th exercise that I love to do is the Curtsy Lunge. I take 45 seconds with my right leg and then 45 seconds with my left. I do those 3 times. So you're doing 45 seconds each leg. That counts as 1. I'm going to start with the right one. You go back, go up, and not only are you strengthening your quads, but you're also learning how to have some balance, and that's important. Especially in tennis when you hit those shots, you know? You hit a low forehand, some girls can get really down.
Also, too, a lot of times we see people when they serve, they lose balance and kind of fall away to one side instead of into the court. So they serve and tend to fall away to their left if they're right-handed, or they tend to fall away to the right if they're left-handed.
True.
So this is a great balance exercise for sure. All right, how many sets?
3 times, 45 seconds each leg.
Okay, so I guess this is like your 45-second is your key variable in all of these exercises.
Because we want to get stronger, and you can build on that and go up to 60 seconds the better you get. The 7th exercise is in and out squats. Usually I get bored just doing a regular squat, so I said, why not make it more challenging and move? Because I like to move. I don't like staying stationary. So in and out squats. You start in, you go out, down, in for 45 seconds, out, in, out, 45 seconds, 3 times. In, and also land very lightly.
That's incredible, and here we are again, the 45 seconds, right?
Gotta do it.
So if they get to this point and their legs are on fire, what would you tell them? Keep pushing.
Keep pushing. If 45 seconds is too much for you, then try it 30 seconds.
Maybe make 45 seconds their goal.
Make it 45. Do it 1 time. Try your 2nd time. If you can't make it to the 3rd time, the 3rd rep, then lower the seconds, but finish it. Our 8th exercise is the Sumo Squat with weights. I use 15 to 20 pounds, sometimes more, depending how I feel. Lily's gonna use 10 pounds. If you are just starting to do this, go light first, and then you can, put more weight on it, but I would start light.
Yeah, you can do the sumo as well with no weight.
No weights.
You can also do it if you have a weight belt and you have one of your weight belt chains, and you can strap a dumbbell to that. So you can do it a lot of ways.
Medicine ball, too, if you don't have weights as well. A gallon of milk, anything. So you open up your legs, we're gonna pulse. I like to pulse, hold it, and I like to do this for 45 seconds, 3 times, sometimes longer.
If your quads aren't burning after this one, especially if you put it at number 7, then your quads are incredibly strong.
I think this is exercise 9. This is lunges with weights. I like to put something soft so I don't hurt my knee. I'm using 15 pounds, Lily's using 10 pounds. I'll show you how it goes. Take the weight up. You have to do this very slowly. Go down, backwards, lunges, down, and come up slowly. Down, slowly, up, slowly. And this hurts. Do about, not 45 seconds, do 12 on each leg, 3 times.
Yeah, and you can do this one, again, with 0 weight. Take your time into this one anytime we're going backwards. Sometimes we risk fall, especially at this point in the workout. Your quads may be very shaky, your hamstrings, your calves, so be careful easing back on this one.
Bring the knee up, knee up, knee up, this knee. Oh, okay. Bring the knee up. You're bringing this knee up. So, just to do it again, so in case anyone didn't see that, you start out with this. I'm starting with my right leg goes down, and then I'm coming up, bringing it slow, back, up. It's challenging.
And Lily, you're doing incredibly well, incredibly beautiful girl. This is a very difficult exercise here.
Yeah, now it makes it more challenging.
Exactly. Well done.
And switch legs.
45 seconds, 3 times, and if you can get through this, woo.
Not 45 seconds on this one, 12 on each leg.
All right.
The next exercise is called a lunge up. I like to use my bench for it to be a bit more challenging, but you can use anything you have, a stair, one of those aerobic step ups, the ones that are stackable, anything that you can find that's a little bit elevated. I like to go super high.
Yeah, and there's always risk of fall too, so you just be safe. There, you can get those aerobic steps. You can just find your first stair in your house, but just risk of fall anytime you're stepping up, especially with weight. You have to be careful.
Also, you can do it without weights, but I like to make it challenging. If you're just starting, I would start out with 5 pounds, 8 pounds. I go up to 15, 20 sometimes. I like to do 12 of these on each leg, 3 times.
All right, let's check it out.
So I start out with my left leg up, weight in front of me, go up, knee up, down, up. This one goes a little faster. Up, down, up. So I get to 12 and then I switch.
Awesome, that's a burner. Again, please be careful with falls, especially with weights. You can do it with none and from much lower. Sometimes I get nervous watching her do it just sitting here or filming it. So be careful with this one, but it's a great workout. All right, so the last exercise is one that's been around a very long time. I always know it as quote unquote, gimme 6 inches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Carla on the ground on her back, flat on her back, with her head on the ground, palms down, right next to her. And we're gonna lift both legs off the ground, point the toes 6 inches, that's a little high, and we're gonna hold. And we're gonna hold that as long as we can. And once the feet drop, we'll let them rest for a little bit. So you can go ahead and let them rest. And then we're gonna let them rest for just a few seconds, and then we're gonna hold them. Then we're gonna hold them back up for as many seconds as you can stand. And this really works the abs and it works the quad, which as a pair, highly important to overall fitness in general, but especially in the sport of tennis. But hold. And you can feel that, right, Lily? Because I can see your quads and abs shaking a little bit there. So this is a really good exercise. Let them drop. And then you would continue that for as many seconds as you can hold each individual one. And that's it. Just go to burnout there, and you'll burn out relatively quick.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. This was a request from Mary Michaels. I hope you do it, and I hope you get those quads strong.
Much love to you, Mary.
Please subscribe.
Take care, everyone. Have a good one, and we'll see you soon.